Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another screencast revolving the ActivInspire software. This next screencast here was going to focus on utilizing the Desktop Tools button. That's this button right here. I'm on the main toolbox right now. You can see as I roll over it, the word Desktop Tools pops up. Basically, it looks like a screen with a hammer and a wrench over top of it. Now, what this is going to let me do is this button will allow me to utilize the power of the software while I'm actually outside of the software. Here's what I'm talking about. As soon as I click on the button, ActivInspire is going to minimize, okay? It looks like it's gone away. It truly is not, so don't worry. You've not lost any work that you may have been working on within the software. What does appear, though, is this wheel. It's kind of like, well, pretty much looks like a wheel. And as you roll over the wheel, you're given about 7 options with some sub-menus. These are the options you have as far as the power goes of the software while you're outside of it. All right, here's the first thing that you're able to do. Let's pretend you're at the board and you bring up the internet. So I'm clicking on the internet now. You bring up the internet and you want to navigate to a certain website, but let's say your keyboard, your desk is very far away from where you are and you don't want to have to go all the way back to your desk. Well, what's nice is this wheel here actually has the power to give you an on-screen keyboard. So watch what I can do. I'm going to move the wheel here so everyone can see. I'm going to click on the on-screen keyboard. So it looks pretty much like a keyboard. It looks like it has a 3 and a enter button over top of it. I'm going to click on it. A little mini keyboard pops up here. All right. So I'm going to put that right over the NA. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on northallegheny.org. I'm just going to highlight it all, and I'm going to click on www. You can see it populating in the URL space. I'll just go to Google. And again, I'm at the board right now utilizing my pen, so I don't have to go back to my keyboard whatsoever at my desk. I'm going to hit enter. There you go. It launches Google without me having to actually go back and type in a certain URL. It's kind of a neat function and luxury to be able to have. That's one thing that these power tools can do for you, or I'm sorry, the desktop tools can do for you, and that is utilizing the on-screen keyboard. Probably, in my opinion, one of the nicest things is utilizing the camera tool. All right, this camera tool is going to be big for a lot of us. I used to use this a lot when I taught my algebra and geometry classes in the past. Here's what this is going to do. It allows us to bring in work that we've already created, let's say in Microsoft Word. So again, I just opened up Microsoft Word here. Here's a document I had as a quiz review that I had for my algebra class last year. I want to bring this into the software so I can annotate over top of it. I can pretty much manipulate it and utilize it however I'd like to, but now it's in the software and it's saved forever. All right, here's how it goes. Basically what I'm doing is I have the software open and you have to decide how much information you want to bring in at one time. Now for me as a math teacher, I like to have some room to do the work and to show the processes below. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the wheel. I'm going to roll over the camera tool now. Now once I roll over the camera tool, you're given some options here as I've explained in the tutorial to pick from. It's completely up to you what option you pick from. The one that I use most often is the one at the bottom right where it says Area Snapshot. I'm going to click on that. Notice the screen dimmed a little bit. What it wants me now to do, it wants me now to take and highlight how much information I want to bring in at one time. So I'm just taking my cursor and I just left clicked and drew a marquee over the information I want to bring in at one time. Now once you have selected the information you want to bring in at once, you now need to go to the camera snapshot toolbox that pops up. You need to tell it what you want to do with the picture it's about to take. Take a picture and send it to the current page that you're on inside the software or to a new page. I want it to go to a new fresh page, so I'm going to click on new page. So that picture I just took went to a new page. Now let's pretend I want to take a picture of just number 3 right now. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to roll over the camera and I'm going to highlight, move this out of the way, and I'm going to highlight just question 3. Just question 3 here. And again, I want it to go to a new page. I want it to have its own page. So I'm going to click on new page again. I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to bring in 4 through 8 now for my last page. So again, I'm going to click and drag over top of questions 4 through 8. There you go. Again, I want it to have a new page. Okay. So now I brought in pretty much an entire document in a matter of I don't know, 6 clicks. I had all my information in. Okay, now let's pretend you want to get back into the document to manipulate what you just took a picture of. So I need to go back to the wheel and I need to click on the button that takes me back to my ActivInspire flip chart. And that is this button here. It looks like a pen over top of a board. It says return to flip chart. So I will click on it. And here you can see, here's the last picture I took. I'm going to click the back button. There's question number 3 that I brought in, and there's questions number 1 and 2. So very quickly, I'm going to click on it. 1 and 2, I'm going to quickly enlarge it. Boom, there you go. Done. Question number 3, I'm going to do the same thing. Click on it, just enlarge it. Question number 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. There I go. Now I have that entire document I created in the software ready to go, ready to be saved. And once it's inside, now I can pretend like I'm teaching the lesson. I can come in, click the pen, and I can talk about, plotting this first line here. And there I go. So that's pretty much the way my lesson might work if I'm working with these questions on the students. So that's what the desktop tools button pretty much does. There's some other things in there that are a little bit more bells and whistles oriented, but that's the main thing right there, is utilizing that camera tool. You will become very, very familiar with that tool if you want to bring in outside work that you've already created, which I'm guessing the majority of us would, and by all means, that's perfectly good to do. So desktop tools button, again, is the button with the screen, looks like it has the hammer and wrench over top of it. Very powerful button, gives us the power of the software outside of the software. Hopefully you enjoyed that screencast, and if I can be of any other help, please don't hesitate to ask me. Take care.